大家好啊！嚟到學英文冇口音呢個環節啦，咁我哋依家喺邊咧？就喺多倫多大學喺呢一個Monk School Public Policy 嗰度。So we are at a different site now, Angela. Yeah, this is the Monk School of Public Affairs.
Yeah, I wish I could show them the hallway. It looks so beautiful with the sunlight streaming in.
Yeah. Well, in the last episode, you were freezing.
It was a little cold outside.
Yeah.
Like windy.
Yeah. This is more classic building, and then we have heat, actually. You won't believe it.
It's a very popular hallway, so I don't know if other people can hear the voices in the hallway.
Yeah. It's better. We have the mic, and I think it's picking up the sound.
It's probably going to pick up all the sound of people walking around the hallways.
Well, that's all right. That's all right, because that means this typical day at the university.
It is, yeah.
Where people are busy. Yeah. And people are busy preparing for final exams as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Talking about standardized tests, and even before you enter university, people have to take certain standardized tests like IELTS and TOEFL, right?
Yeah, exactly. And in those tests, there's speaking portions to test your English, your spoken English.
Well, in my days, TOEFL, there's no session for spoken English.
Wait, really?
No,
Oh.
back 40 years ago. So it must be something new.
Oh,
Yeah, for
I never
TOEFL.
knew
No.
that.
Yeah. There must be like a real person, 即係有個真人 to give you grades, right?
Yes, yeah. And they have certain criteria that they're evaluating you on. For the spoken portion, they will ask you questions, just normal questions about your life, maybe your hobbies, maybe your work. And you have to answer in a way that sounds natural and elaborates enough so they can hear some of your vocabulary and sentence structures.
Not just one sentence, not a one-liner.
Definitely.
You have to elaborate more.
Definitely have to. I actually did work with someone on that exact thing, and we practiced talking about her family life.
Right.
And we practiced elaborating. And it doesn't necessarily have to do with your English skills. Even native speakers of English struggle with elaborating sometimes. So you have to make sure you can get into the specifics without talking around in circles.
I remember when I was doing MBA at Rotman School of Business at U of T many years ago. Marks for participation, it's sometimes as high as like 30% because it's business school. Yeah, even like in law school, I think a lot of times students get at least a 10% for participation. So knowing how to present yourself is very important.
Yeah, 100%. And for the English test, so it's probably not as important to sound like a TED Talk speaker or sound like the President of the United States, but you have to be fluent for sure.
We talk about how to be as good as like running a TED Talk presentation for 5 to 10 minutes. Usually these talks are very short. It's not like 1 hour, right? How to capture the audience, it's important. And even YouTube, they have an algorithm saying that anything below 12 minutes is good. Otherwise, people just don't pay as much attention.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And we talk longer than 12 minutes in our
Then
sessions.
are we doing something wrong?
I don't know. So that's why this session will be around 12 minutes.
Okay.
If we stretch this far, so to speak.
I think the thing is, if you are really efficient in how you communicate your message and your key idea, then YouTube or any platform will actually prioritize that because it means you did your job well. There's often no need to go on for a long time explaining something.
Now, when I was watching TED Talk, usually they have a very specific topic.
Yes.
Give you an example. What is democracy? Can be one.
Yeah, like what's our topic for today, Ed?
The topic for today it's how we can survive a 12-minute talk.
But we can't just talk about nothing. We have to have a very pointed conversation.
Well, first of all we mentioned at the beginning, people are preparing for their final exams, and having good communication skills is important during university, and business school, 30% could be presentation, right?
Yeah.
Like the scoring.
So the topic is, this is the skill that you need to be able to pass your standardized English exams. This is why you need it. And the reason why you need it is because if you can't elaborate enough in response to a question, you're not going to do well in work anyway.
Right. And law also, like for law discipline, is important because they have these moot court. So it's like preparing like hypothetical courtroom situation where people go and debate, right?
Yeah, actually, lawyers are great in the courtroom with their communication skills. I actually attended one of a talk by a ex-lawyer, and she talked about the kind of communication skills that you need in the courtroom, which is making a story, telling a story from the end, and making sure that everyone is on the same page as you present your case.
Yeah. And also, you don't want to annoy the judge, right? Because judges, sometimes they get impatient if you are not straight to the point, if you beat around the bush.
If you talk about something that sounds irrelevant,
Exactly.
you have to be relevant at all times.
Yeah. You have to be prepare the defendant, especially. Yeah, you have to know what you say, and then the prosecutor. Yeah, they cannot just beat around the bush, and court time is limited. Right?
Yeah. And this is highly relevant in all industries. You don't have to be a lawyer to need to do this. If you can do this, making sure you present only relevant information, it will help your career in many ways.
Yeah. I guess for this Speak English No Accent session, when we do further planning about what we have to say in the coming sessions, I boldly think of an idea. For instance, we could have give out a prize or a few prizes for people who submit something like a pre-recorded, I don't know, like 3 or 5 minute speech. Yeah, to us, and then we broadcast it or we bring them live.
Oh, you know what I love doing? I love doing debate topics.
Yeah.
And if you can convince me of your stance, if you come up with a well-reasoned argument, then let's do a prize.
Okay.
We can throw in, like, for example, a free session with me, something like that.
Yeah. What would be a good topic to start with? Yeah, like I can think of one.
Yeah.
Like back in Hong Kong,
Sure.
is more conservative, unlike Taiwan, which I think is more liberal. They always have this topic for essay competition, which is whether high school students should date. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, dating in the Western world, right? Like junior high school is quite normal.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah.
Should you be able to
Should you
date? Should dating in high school be allowed?
Something like that. Yeah.
Is it a good idea to date in high school?
Yeah, is it a good idea to date because they take more, I would say, they take academics more seriously.
Yeah.
Like in the Chinese setting.
Sure.
in Asia.
That's
right?
a really casual one. Can you? I know a lot of your followers are interested in political news.
Yeah.
Is there a political debate that we could have?
Yeah, that would be interesting. And they have to present in English. For instance,
Yes.
Whether it is now the time to have ceasefire in Ukraine, because this is both sides have to be willing to stop, right? Russia and Ukraine. Now it's a good time to have ceasefire.
Yeah.
And that would be a good one because I think Russia got 20% of the occupied land, right, of Ukraine right now.
Yeah.
So, and then
Is now a good time to do a ceasefire? Isn't it always yes? I'm just curious.
of course,
Maybe you could disagree with me, and,
Yeah.
and if you have an opinion that is controversial, even better to try to explain your reasoning.
how about the weapon suppliers? They might not want a ceasefire. Those who supply weapons, weapon manufacturers, they never
I'm all
want
for
ceasefire.
peace, so
Yeah.
it's going to be very hard to convince me otherwise.
Right.
Some other topics could be: is Mark Carney going to be a good prime minister for Canada? Oh wait, but you have people from all over, so maybe we don't want to do something so Canadian.
How long can he last as a prime minister? Because we will be calling for an election soon, right?
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah, Mark Carney, officially, I think he is the prime minister now. Right. Yeah. Yeah, he was the central banker at the Bank of England and also Bank of Canada.
I heard him speak. He's a great speaker.
Yeah.
Or another topic could be: is Trump good for America?
Yeah. Well, I think our audience would like that. Yeah.
I would like to hear different perspectives on it, actually.
Yeah.
Or should Canada become a U.S. state?
Actually, this one is quite debatable
let
and
me hear
also
that one then.
controversial.
Okay, then maybe that one is the one topic that we should try.
Yeah, whether Canada should be the 51st state. Yeah, or should the U.S. be one of our provinces?
Not going to happen, but what are
Yeah.
the pros and cons?
Absorb it into Canada. Yeah.
And the thing I'm looking for in these recordings
Yeah.
is I want to hear a very clear stance. Not, oh, well, there are pros and cons for each side. I want to hear your stance, and I want to hear your reasoning for believing that.
Do they have to show their face or just the voice?
If they're not comfortable showing their face, that's fine. But when you're presenting yourself,
Yeah.
your body language is important too.
Right.
So ideally, I would like to see some video.
Actually, it's not that difficult to write out a 3 or 4 minute thing. They can use ChatGPT to assist them if they know how to use it. There are so many different AI tools.
And let's see if I can identify whether you use ChatGPT or not.
Or DeepSeek these days, right? Which is a
Yeah, whichever.
Chinese AI platform.
Although I would say that's cheating a little bit, but
Right.
you got to
Right.
use the tools that you
Yeah.
have.
Yes, even honestly, simple English is even better. You don't have to use very complicated words to express your idea.
Yeah. Let's see if I can identify who's cheating and who's not.
Okay, so
That'll be fun too.
this will be the project for April, right?
Sure.
Yeah. So it's not April Fool. It's something the audience who listened to our program in the last few months, they can put it in practice.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
Yeah. With that said, we'll see you next time. And my hands are wobbling. Yeah. See you.
See you.